Hi everybody, this is Moomin. Again, it's my fourth video on this group, and at first take my salam and cordial love to all of the members of Search English group. Today I wanna talk about something Victory Day and our Bangladesh's culture. Actually, as a Bengali, we have lost our culture day by day. How? At first I want to say some events. Before the making this video, I have seen some videos on the Facebook and others group where we have seen that the people are trying to destroy our Bangladesh's culture, and they actually don't know how significant the day is. Actually, they don't know what is Victory Day and why we have to observe this day as a Victory Day. It's very important to me, and not only me but also every level of Bangladeshi who loved the country properly. When a linguist create the time, they no need to take a grammar, but when I use a linguist, if I mixed the linguist with others linguist, you can't understand anything properly. Some of days we have seen that the media channel and radio and other places we use our own language by the others language influential, and that is very bad. How? When we say Bangla, the time we should use Bangla properly. When we say in English, the time we should say something not correctly but use English properly. If I now make this video with Bengali and English, you can't learn something properly and you can't say something properly. Actually, when we use a language and want to learn this language, that time we should use that language in a subconscious, unconsciously. But if we use mixed with the other language, as like when we see the TV channel program, that time judges are saying as like, your dance is so nice and acha hotai, and something you have to add it as like this, but it's not a standard language. I think so. I can't speak English fluently, but I try to speak English fluently. I can't know how to learn English properly, but I have to try to learn English properly. But if we use English, Arabic and Hindi language in mixed, the time it will be not fruitful for us. And when we say any Bangla sentence or Bengali writing, if we use here any quotation or so many lines in English, that time we will not get the proper number on this topic. And when we see this on the program of Victory Day, some of people are try to telecast and try to listen the others language as dance form and others language songs. It's very important to me. Not only it's the issue of nowadays, and why we allow from our language, our culture. We don't know about our actually in saying in Bengali word Mohua, Malua, and our local songs as like Lalon, Shabdul Kadir and Hasan Raja. So many people and so many persons, Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah, and so many people actually doing for our country, and they had a great sacrifice for our language, for our country. So many freedom fighters had given their lives for saving this country, for liberation of this country. And how we dare to say something as like this mixed language sorry, and it's very bad, I think so. And That is why we cannot actually we cannot prove something from our country to others country. We cannot broaden, we cannot or extend our culture to others country. If we abused by their culture and their form, it will be very hampered our culture. We know that. And when we say three or five lines in Bengali, that time we use most of the time English. It's not a good sign to at all for the every people of Bangladesh. And I want to say to all of the members of this group, when you speak in Bengali, that time try to speak Bengali properly. We don't know how to pronounce a good Bengali, but we don't know also how to pronounce good English, but we have to learn. But if we mixed both of these, we will not good for any language. We will not able to learn any language properly. It's the fact, I think so. And when I hear so many people in this group who are the guardian level, the time I would like to request to all the people and all the person, love your country and try to respect your country. When your son or daughter try to speak Bengali or English, the time you have to follow how they speak. If they speak as like this, Bengali and English mixed language, try to stop them. Try to stop them. And you should say to them, please speak Bengali or English. Not try to say anything correctly, but the sentence will be incorrect. But you try to speak only Bengali or English. When you want to learn English language, that time, at first you have to avoid speak Bengali to communicate others. You have to speak in English. But when you say anything Bengali, that time also it's not a vast thing. Another vast thing is when we make any cultural program, the time you have to observe and you have to think your culture, own language culture, own indigenous culture. If you have forgotten your indigenous culture, you will lost mind from your country. You cannot do anything good for your country. And try to love your country and try to do something for your country. And all the time the people are hanker aftering for learning standard language. Nowadays the people say that mixed language is a standard language, but I will not say this. If you follow the big people or the legend people of our country or India or any country, they all the time they try to speak their native language properly. At first you have to know how to do good for your country and how to do something for your own culture. If you have forgotten the one quotation I have learned from my favorite person, whose name is Kamruzzaman. He said in Bengali, পাঞ্জাবিটার ভাসবে না আজ, বসন্ত এসেছে, নববর্ষ এসেছে, তাই এত সাজ. That means only the specific day you wear the Bangladeshi cultural dress. When you see any kind of people wearing this kind of dress, you deny them. No, it's very bad. Try to love your country. Try to respect every single sort of the people in our country. Rishka Polar too, vegetable seller, businessman, job holder, everywhere. You have to try give the proper respect to each other. And when you try to say something wrong with the people, that time you try to take a technique and take a good manner. If you see your younger brother say anything wrong, he or she try to say or try to speak in mixed language, that time you should say, please stop, please stop. You try to teach him in a good way. Please don't do this. In the Victory Day, we can also uh, we can also see that they are dancing with DJ song, and in the Liberation War Day we can also see that the people, or some people who have known about our Liberation War and what was the sacrifice for this language and for this country, they don't know. And what we should do, we should do that work. Anyhow, we have to spread our history of Liberation War and how the people did give their life for this country, and we have to spread this history to all of the students. And one thing I was very mourned that, and when I was teaching any English medium school students or English version student that time, they don't know the proper history of our country. It's very mourned. The guardian of our country is now hanker after for the English version, how his or her son or daughter speak English. They have forgotten their own language. It's very bad. Not only own language, their history, culture, and other things also. That is why I have to request to all of the people, try to spread your history and culture to others. Thank you. That's all.